You're listening to The Greg Kelly Show.
Shut up. And quite frankly, I don't think you do love America with this kind of anti-democrat Soviet-style display. All right, let's go to Eli in New Hyde Park. Take some calls. Hi, Eli. What's going on?
I'm good. I love the show. You were talking about how the country is falling apart. I believe that a big reason is because the Democrats and the left wing, they're constantly looking to take away God from everything possible, and that causes people to not have to answer up to anything, and it allows people to just have this sense of freedom and not a free of just no responsibility, and it takes away the regard to life. It takes away regard to elders. It takes away the regard to respect towards somebody else's money. And as long as the Democrats continue to dominate the education system, it'll be very hard to instill in the next generation a sense of responsibility and morale. You know?
Eli, I agree with you 1,000%. You are totally right. Taking God out of everything, and they have stigmatized God. Can you believe it? You know, they make, oh, wow, you're a holy roller if you talk about this stuff. You know, no, don't talk about it. You might offend somebody. Oh, no. Now, look, I will say this. Public schools, I can see, okay. I mean, look, would I like there to be prayer in schools? Sure. Will there be? Probably not. Can we live with that? I actually think we can. I think we can. I went to public school, and here I am. I mean, we never prayed. Granted, I just, whatever. I am where I am spiritually, closer to God than I've ever been in my life. And I thank God, and I thank God for finally waking me up and bringing me closer in the Bible and finding and discovering. And I wish this for everybody. But the culture has stigmatized God. They're afraid of him. They want to engage in the stuff they know is bad for them, bad for everybody else. They don't want to hear about him. And we cannot not talk about it. We cannot talk about him because he is the answer. That's what I think, Eli. Do you? What are your thoughts? I just listened to what you said. What do you think of what I said?
Yeah, it's true. It's a lot. Also, the parent system. If you think about it, the parent system got affected. You know, there's single parents is at its highest rate, and that also is. So now you can't, not in school. There's no God in school, and there's no God from the family because there's no family. It's just it's a scary mess, and everything that the liberals stand for is against God. I mean, the whole concept of global warming is against God, and the Old Testament speaks out that God promised Noah that there's always going to be 4 seasons, and it's never going to stop. The LGBT, their flag is against God because God basically told Noah that when I get upset at the world, I will bring the rainbow to show that I am not going to destroy the world, even though I am upset. And then they take this flag and then they wave it in God's face and saying, "Suck it, you can't destroy the world, even though everything we're doing is against you."
All right, hold on a second. Now, a couple of things. It is incredible. It is just unbelievably wild and corrupt and weird and sad and wrong that we are now in a place where you can proudly fly Black Lives Matter flags and gay pride flags on a church, and that is somehow considered wonderful and beautiful. Yet, the President of the United States appears before a church, the same church, by the way, where there's now a Black Lives Matter flag and a pride flag, with a Bible, and he is the one who's mocked. He is the one who is chased away. Look, Eli, there's one thing I want to say, though, because too many folks, by the way, there's so much joy available in this. It's not like, we got to put God back in the schools. It almost sounds like a threat. It's not. This is the greatest thing ever. But I got to say this, because when we talk about, LGBTQ issues, right? It's like the go-to thing that people, non-believers or people who are on the fence, that they go to and say, you see, I can't be who I am. I want nothing to do with God. This is all rigged against me. Hey, there are a lot of things we all want to do that are not good for us, okay? Believe me, there are all kinds of things that we all get these urges, whatever, whether it's LGBTQ or perfectly straight, heterosexual, whatever. There are all kinds of things that we want to do, but we should not do because it's not good for us and it's not good for others. And it has very little to do. I don't know. Look, there are things I want to say, but I'm not going to say them right now. Oh gosh. Here, Debbie, you could give Joe Biden plenty of lessons in you could be Joe Biden's speech therapist. Did you see what happened? He gets to Israel, totally bungles something. He misspoke about the Holocaust in Israel. Are you serious? Cut 18.
I will once more return to the hollow ground of Yad Vashem to honor 6 million Jewish lives were stolen in the genocide and continue, which we must do every day, continue to bear witness. To keep alive the truth and honor of the Holocaust, horror of the Holocaust, honor those we lost.
All right, you hear what he said there. Keep alive the truth and honor of the Holocaust, right? He corrected himself right away, but he's got this weird tick. If I yell it a little bit, it's going to sound, I don't know, really statesman-like. No, it just sounds like you're a guy yelling. It's unfortunate. We deserve so much more, don't we? As America, we got this guy, 300 million people, and this guy is the president. And what was the first word he wanted to say? It was a Jewish thing. I'm sorry, I don't know. I should know. It sounded like he butchered that. Can I hear that one more time?
I will once more return to the hollow ground of Yad Vashem to honor 6 million.
Okay, whatever it is, I know that he butchered it. All right, I don't know exactly what it's called. I've been to Israel. I should know. Let's find out, and I'll be right back. Boy, oh boy, have you seen the Uvalde tape of the police officers running away down the hall and then loafing? You know what happened there. That crazy gunman breaks into the school, room 111, I believe, and shoots 19 kids and 2 adults. The police respond relatively soon thereafter. Like 3 minutes later, the cops are in the building, and they're right outside room 111. And the shooter fires at them through the door, I guess, and they run away, not to return for an hour and a half later. Now, I was going to say I don't get it. Look, it's tough. I've been around. You maybe have too. If you're in a room when a weapon is fired, it's loud. I mean, really, really loud. And a lot in your body would probably be telling you to run. But then all that training, then all that conviction, all that, the sense of duty, you can't run. And I think part of the reason why these cops ran, and part of the reason why we seem to be sometimes broken as a country, no one is talking about the pursuit of excellence anymore. Police departments can't focus on excellence. They're focused on survival, literally. Getting in their faces, defunding them, calling them racist, systemically racist, a vestige, a throwback to slavery. Body cameras, security cameras, cell phone cameras. They're fighting for their very survival. Excellence? Being sharp and ready for anything? No. We're a country of just getting by. A country that would rather be doing anything else other than the job that is in front of us. Just give me the cell phone, give me some weed, give me some Netflix, and that's all we want anymore? I know. How do I tie that all into those cops running down the hall? Well, I don't know, but I think I'm onto something. I can't see that happening before the pandemic. I just can't see it happening. Or before Black Lives Matter. I can't. Running away. Now, I actually do know what it's like to be under fire. Look, nobody knows exactly how they're going to behave. Most people will behave correctly. Most will. And that's one of the things I'm astonished by. 3 cops run away. They're right outside the door. There's gunfire and they run away and nobody engages for an hour and a half. I could see 1, maybe 2, but all 3, and they convince a dozen of their buddies to not do anything, that I can't get my hands around. Most people will do the right thing in that circumstance. I don't care if you had military training or not. I take that back. No, I don't know if I do. I think most people will do the right thing. Most people have it in them. Some don't. Some never will. It's not their fault in a way. They were just born that way. Now, one time I was in Iraq, and a mortar, kind of like a flying hand grenade, dropped very, very close to me and my cameraman and blew us right off our feet and sent all kinds of metal into our face. I did not know exactly what had happened, but I knew it was bad. And to be blown off your feet by something you can't see, just a concussion, a wave, a sound wave blew me off my feet. And there I am on the ground. My cameraman's on the ground. So I get up and start running. You want to get away from where that thing just landed, right? And but this is the part, quite frankly, I'm proud of. I heard my cameraman, a guy named James, Mal James, say, my leg. And he was from Australia. And I stopped and turned around, and there he was, still on the ground. And it was right next to where that damn bomb landed, and there's gunfire all over the place. I guess I could have stopped, looked, and kept running. I couldn't, and I didn't, and I went back, and I helped him to his feet, and we ran out of there together. I remember thinking I had no choice whatsoever. I literally had no choice. I could not leave him there. Could not. Just could not leave him there. Never would. How could you live with yourself? Anyway, I'm glad I'm so equipped. Not everybody is. I think most people are. Some aren't. They certainly shouldn't be cops. And if you throw in all of the nationwide undermining of cops, the second guessing of them, they're racist, the systemic racism, all those foolish charges, and then you throw in maybe they're the 1 in 10, 2 in 20, whatever, who will not respond appropriately. That's that little toxic mix.
You're listening to The Greg Kelly Show.